Noah made it through both operations, and doctors were able to take the first scan of his head outside the womb. The results were incredible. There was just 2% of Noah's brain left.
Basically, he had extremely little amount of brain. The rest of the head was just full of fluid.
As doctors prepared for the birth of Shelley and Rob Wall's son Noah in 2012, no one was expecting the baby to survive. During the pregnancy, Noah's skull had been steadily filling with fluid. And as the fluid kept building up, what little brain remained was disappearing. Doctors needed to act fast.
We were told his head had grown dangerously large.
And they said, we have to get him out. And at that point, I didn't know how much brain he had.
Doctors got ready to give Shelley an immediate cesarean.
They didn't know if they were going to cut right the way up to basically get him out. And I said, well, that doesn't matter. Just however you need to cut to get him out really carefully.
Noah was especially fragile because, as well as having very little brain, his spina bifida meant he had an open wound running down his back.
I couldn't wait for him to be born, but then it's like, I'm scared because I don't know if I'm gonna get 5 minutes with him or an hour with him, or will I have a month with Noah? Didn't know.
Doctors knew that without a brain, there was no way the baby could survive outside the womb. Everyone was waiting to see if Noah could even take his first breath on his own.
They started the procedure, and all we heard was a scream from Noah. To us, it was a miracle that he was breathing.
And I just heard Noah screech. I thought, he's here.
We looked at each other, we cried. We'd been waiting so long to meet.
Well, his skin was all really pulled, really tight. He had lots of like lumps and bumps where the fluid had come out through sort of the cracks of the skull. But he was just adorable.
It was totally baffling to doctors how the baby was breathing for himself. But they had more pressing things to worry about. Noah needed immediate surgery to have the hole in his back caused by the spina bifida stitched up.
The skin on the back is not closed properly, the nervous system is not covered, and you have to do an operation as early as you can in the baby's life, ideally on the first day or so, to close that defect.
When Noah went down for his operation, we just gave him a kiss and said we'd see him when he came back.
Crucially, Dr. Nicholson also needed to protect what remained of Noah's brain. She immediately decided that his only chance of continued life would be a shunt, a drain that is inserted into the brain to siphon off the fluid.
It's like a little hole in the actual skull, and it's a little valve, and the tube is attached. You can actually see it on his skin. It goes down here and into his abdomen, so the fluid, we see, comes out naturally.
So Noah was whisked off to theatre for a second time.
It's the brain, drilling into the brain cavity. So we were well aware that the possibility of something going wrong.
And the reason we do that is that if we don't, the child may die or be left even more severely disabled than they are.
Noah made it through both operations, and doctors were able to take the first scan of his head outside the womb. The results were incredible. There was just 2% of Noah's brain left.
Basically, he had extremely little amount of brain. The rest of the head was just full of fluid.
Noah's scan is on the left, and the dark area is where his brain should be. The image on the right shows how his brain should have looked.
It's unhappy brain, because it's brain that's been under pressure.
How Noah was alive was a medical mystery.
I suppose I looked at Noah and I thought he's got a lot of problems ahead of him. The common outcome for a child is that they are very, very profoundly disabled, and that their chances of survival, even of the first year of life, are very small.